Imagine a moment where global security, military alliances, and political tensions all collide in a single conversation, and the future of international cooperation hangs in the balance. Right now, questions are being raised about the strength, unity, reliability of one of the world's most powerful alliances, NATO. Is NATO truly united? Is it acting fast enough, or is internal disagreement weakening its global influence? In this exclusive discussion, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte addresses mounting criticism, rising geopolitical tensions, and concerns coming directly from world leaders, including sharp remarks from the United States. Stay tuned, because what he reveals may challenge what many believe about global alliances today. But before we go deeper, the real question is NATO still as strong as it claims to be? Keep watching to find out. Joining the discussion is NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, speaking in an important international interview hosted by journalist Shannon Bream. The conversation begins with a direct acknowledgement of his appearance and appreciation for his time, setting the tone for a serious and high-level discussion about global security and military coordination from the very beginning. The focus is clear: NATO's role in ongoing global conflicts and its response to evolving threats. And what follows is a sharp and direct questioning of NATO's position in today's world. The discussion quickly shifts toward criticism coming from the United States. Recent comments made by a U.S. leader suggest that NATO may not be acting effectively in certain situations. Kazuz's remarks question whether NATO allies are contributing enough during critical global moments. The criticism centers around the idea that European allies may have been too slow in responding, raising concerns about unity and shared responsibility within the alliance. In response, Mark Rutte acknowledges that he has maintained communication with U.S. leadership, and emphasizes ongoing dialogue between NATO and its key partners. But does this criticism reflect a deeper issue within NATO, or is it simply political pressure? In addressing these concerns, the NATO Secretary General highlights the cooperation of a broad coalition of nations. He explains that a group of over 20 countries, including members of NATO and allied nations such as Japan, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand, the UAE, and Bahrain, are working together on strategic objectives. The primary focus is ensuring stability in critical global trade routes and maintaining security in sensitive regions. This collective effort reflects a coordinated international approach rather than isolated action. What's important here is not just military strength, but global cooperation on a massive scale. The discussion then moves into more serious geopolitical concerns, including nuclear capabilities and missile threats. Mark Rutte emphasizes that preventing the development of nuclear weapons and long-range missile systems is a top priority for global security. He argues that such threats do not affect just one country or region, but have worldwide implications, impacting allies across continents. According to him, the involvement of the United States plays a crucial role in addressing these threats, and he expresses support for leadership efforts aimed at reducing global risk. But how do nations coordinate such complex military strategies without creating further conflict? The conversation acknowledges that there is ongoing debate in both the United States and Europe regarding the necessity of recent military actions. While opinions differ, Mark Rutte strongly supports the idea that these actions are essential for maintaining long-term security. He frames the situation as not just a regional issue, but a global one, affecting international stability, economic systems, and allied nations. Still, the big question remains: are all allies truly aligned in their level of support? One of the key points raised in the interview is how nations are planning to collaborate going forward. Rather than acting independently, allied countries are now working together to determine when to act, how to act, what resources are needed, and how to ensure mission success. This includes discussions around naval support, air coordination, and logistical planning. The emphasis is on synchronized action, ensuring that any operations are executed efficiently and safely. Coordination is critical because even small delays or miscommunication could have major consequences. The conversation then references public criticism made by a U.S. leader on social media, suggesting that NATO is overly dependent on the United States. Statements describing NATO as weak or hesitant are addressed indirectly by Mark Rutte, who responds by highlighting active participation from multiple countries. He explains that while some may perceive hesitation, behind the scenes there is significant coordination and planning already underway. So, is NATO truly inactive, or is the reality far more complex than it appears? An important clarification is made regarding intelligence and operational secrecy. The United States had been planning certain operations for weeks, but much of this information could not be shared widely with allies due to security risks. Leaking sensitive details could have compromised operations, making confidentiality essential. Mark Rutte acknowledges and understands this limitation, emphasizing that it was necessary for operational success. In global security, sometimes silence is not weakness, it's strategy. Despite limited early communication, Allied nations used the time to prepare independently. Countries across Europe and beyond have begun coordinating their own plans to contribute when the timing is appropriate. The focus now is on aligning efforts so that when operations expand or transition, support is ready and unified. This demonstrates adaptability among allies and a shared commitment to collective security. Preparation behind the scenes can often determine success on the front lines. Mark Rutte emphasizes that NATO has historically come together during major global challenges. He points to past instances where alliances strengthened cooperation under pressure, demonstrating resilience despite criticism. He also acknowledges the importance of U.S. leadership in driving collective decisions and maintaining momentum within the alliance. History shows that alliances are tested in difficult times, and NATO is no exception. The conversation concludes with a broader outlook on global cooperation. From Europe to Asia, multiple nations are aligning their strategies to ensure stability in key regions and trade routes. The shared objective is clear: maintain peace, prevent escalation, and protect international interest through collaboration rather than isolation. But will this global cooperation be enough to address rising tensions in the long term? As the interview wraps up, Shannon Bream thanks Mark Rutte for his insights and time. The discussion highlights not only the challenges NATO faces, but also the ongoing efforts to strengthen alliances and maintain global stability. Presence of multiple perspectives, from criticism to cooperation, reflects the complexity of modern geopolitics. In a world filled with uncertainty, one thing is clear: global alliances are evolving, and their role has never been more important. If you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to like this video, share it with others, subscribe to the channel for more powerful global news analysis. Stay informed, stay aware, because global events are shaping the future faster than ever.